What if I told you that you've been thinking about strategy all wrong? Unless you're a 5-man premier with time to spend practicing lineups and executes, then you should stop thinking of strategy as a 5-man job. Start thinking of solo or duo plays that you can make instead. If you want to see more informative content or other guides or theory videos in the future, then make sure you subscribe and like the video, as it means you won't miss out on anything, and I know I'm making something people actually want to see. Now, what I mean by plays, simply, a play is a solo strat, something that can be pulled off by one person using the utility that they possess and can actually buy at the start of the round. Having a second person to trade with you through loose lineups and helping duels is great, but not required. These plays are something you can do yourself to have a major impact on the round, and that means the game. Since it's everyone's favourite map, let's get started with Sunny Mirage and how it's just a smoke grenade, a Molotov and a flashbang. You can take mid control, which is a very vital piece of map control. So the first thing you're going to want to do when trying to take mid control is definitely the smoke, because God forbid you peek out into mid and you get hit by an opper, a con player, a shot player, or all three at once. So the smoke I'm going to use for this play, you just aim right at the tip of this antenna. Get it stuck right in the bin, aim tip of the antenna, and what it's going to do is pop here, which isn't your window smoke, and the reason you don't want to just do the window smoke is because they can block it, they can use a molly on it, or they can just shoot through it to sort of take you by surprise. It gives you a very false sense of security. This one, however, gives you cover from short, window and connector as you're in and out. It gives you cover to get across the boxes, and most importantly, it gives you the ability to do something quite unexpected and unpredictable, and it's play around the smoke, because you can isolate duels with window, with connector and peek out into short. You can also see anyone coming out of con, anyone coming up out of underpass. Now if you take this smoke and you then pair it with the Molotov, where you get stuck in this corner and you aim just at that brown mark there, and you're going to run and jump through, and you're going to let it go and do your jump once you cross this shadow, like so. What it's going to do is land in the middle of window. Now depending on your timing, this Molotov can also bleed out and catch anyone coming out of overpass or underpass, sorry. So do be careful if you're doing this as your team are coming out trying to sort of take mid from both sides. But what this molly does is, if any opper or any rifler has decided to hide in that corner, they have to cross it. They will burn to death if they don't. But once the smoke's thrown and that Molotov is thrown, you have two common angles that you have to deal with. So just throw the molly quick like that, smoke quick like that. You have con, which top and bottom, which again you can play around. You can come left side of the boxes, try and isolate your duels this way, isolate them from coming up onto here, or even crouching, jumping up, trying to just play around the smoke. Now the more you play around it, the more comfortable you'll be with where your crosshair placement should be. And with window taken out of the equation, your ability to isolate duels and have 1 versus 1 if your team is backing you up, then 2 or 3 versus 1, you get to decide where you're going. Now if you want to go into connector and you want to be a support, then a good flash is just getting stuck in this corner, aiming halfway between these two bars here on the left side of this stick, and then just left click throw, and this flash will pop and hit everybody. Doesn't matter where you are in con, it hits you. It also hits anyone on short watching connector. If you want to just go con and you're going yourself, make sure you bank your flash hard enough that it actually bounces off the wall. If you try and bank it off of this, it will land somewhere along here, and anyone playing short in a sort of passive position won't get blinded or hit by it. So you want to make sure that when you're flashing short for yourself, that the flash bangs back. If you want to block off con and come up short, then again, that flash, smoking it off, having one of your teammates smoke it. If you're yourself, trying to come up and flank through can be quite dangerous. If you're linking up with teammates coming out of underpass, have them smoke it off, or try and isolate your duels. Hopefully this gives you an understanding what plays are and how you could use them, but if not, then don't worry, as I'll be making more videos like this one in the future to cover all the maps and how you can make plays on both T and CT side. Bye for now, and good luck.